And good morning, Minecraft. This is Mr. Kasarian, and welcome back to my Let's Play series. Today, we're going to be working on a couple different things. To start with, let's turn that off. We're going to be completing that golem I was working on in the last episode. That's pork. Victus and Animus again. Let's get some wheat. And some soul sand, please. Alright. We might as well get this guy refilled while we're at it. Alright, so what do we need? 8 Animus, 8 Victus. Alright, we can do that. So I need that. And I need that. And you should be boiling. Yoink. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and get the jetpack turned back on now. And I'm going to attach this guy to my ender chest. I'm going to put this guy out here. Oh, they're having issue with this stuff. Are they? Yeah, they are. So let's get rid of this. This was more helpful when I was working it, these glass covers. But now I think they're just confusing our little golems. There we go. They're kind of smart enough to figure out what they're doing on their own. So, stay quiet. I don't like the brain in a jar much. But as you can see, they're actually doing a relatively good job. So, some things to be considered at any rate. Alright. Oh, there you are, you derp. Alright. So now that we have that... Huh? Well, now that's interesting. That's very interesting. They're still installed. Huh. Okay. Alright, looks like I'm going to have to rebuild my logistics network. Whee! That's not a big deal. Seeds. Okay. I don't have enough seeds yet, apparently. Alright, so let's go out here. That's not a huge problem, you know. I think that was actually really the only place where I was using buildcraft pipes, good to think of it. So while I'm out here, let me just get some sugarcane while I'm thinking about it. Give me some sugar. Sugar. And let's just plop it into here. There we go. And unfortunately right now that's not going to be able to go back and get me so much stuff, but, you know, in the future we'll be able to deal with that. I'll have to redo all of this crap too. That's going to be irritating to do. Alright, fine. We should have 12 buckets of honey. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay, so now that that's done, let's start with something that's a little bit, I don't know, better. Let's do that. We're going to get ourselves a way to put less flux into the environment whenever we're working. So the first thing we're going to need to make is one of these, a flux filter. I'm going to need 8 change and 8 purus. So what about refined iron? All right. Why don't you give me 8 of those, please? And what about... that. All right. So let's see. Is there a refined iron done yet? Yes. And this is going to be horrible for the environment, and I know it in advance. So let's get 8 and 8. Oh gosh, that's just for one of them, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yoink. All right. Let's bring that over here. Let's put that in there. I need vitreous, aura, and aqua. Vitreous, aura, we need that aqua symbol. What do I have that would give me aqua? Aqua, aqua, aqua. Sugarcane. 2 per. I'll take that. And 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Oops. I forgot to refill these guys. While we're doing that, let me check something here. I might have... No, I don't. It's too bad. Pull that out. Plop that in. The Arcane Alembic. Alright. So basically, put that on the side of one of these. What this is going to do is take any unused essences out. Okay? And put them into the Alembic. Okay. I need permutatio. If I do silver. Wait, permutatio. What with purus on it? Silver wood. I don't want to use that. Let's just go with refined iron. 8, 16, 24. Make it, please. Okay. So basically, just to let you guys know, what happens is that it'll come out of here. The extra crap will come out of here and just be deposited into the alembic. So let's see. Not quite yet. Yeah, I hate wisps. I really do hate those things. Burning fiery passion. But you can see these guys have done a really good job so far. In terms of getting that all harvested and back to specification. Alright, so what are we doing? Do we have our refined iron yet? Come on. Alright, so let's get first one. 8. So it's 8 of that and 8 exchange. Awesome. Let's get this guy filled with water. You should have plenty of metallum left over here. Yoink. Yep, we have an arcane alembic that is now full of metallum. Let's put that guy in there. So now what do we do with this? Well, that's pretty simple. Let's get some clay. Some glass. Let's make ourselves some glass files. Basically, these glass files are a way of put that away, put that away, put that away. Of collecting this crap. Each one of these alembics holds 2 glass files worth of crud. Okay, so now if over here we need 8 aqua, 8 aura, 8 vitreous. Okay. So I need 4 sugarcane. Okay, that got consumed. And 4 of you. I also need to pull out another alembic. Now, I don't even know what's in here this time. I got modus. Metallum and modus. Let's put those away. In the new Thaumcraft, you can actually move the stuff around in pipes, which is really quite cool. Alright, so let's get a bucket. Like that. 4 and 8. And the reason I'm showing this to you guys again is because you'll see something when I do this, right? So let's get you out of there. Yoink. Notice how both these filled up? That's because there was too much extra essence the last time we did this. Extra essentia. And it overflowed. And it still spilled out into the environment. So that's why I'm still showing you guys that I do this and add more of them. That we're going to get more and more and more extra bits and pieces of stuff. So it should be another 4, another 8. Yoink. Okay. I forgot I'd already done that step. But that's okay. Plenty of extra metallum going on here. Then we'll come over to here. And at max, you can have 4 of these on your crucible. As you could probably tell by the fact that there are 4 sides to the crucible. So let's put that in there and that in there. Let to cook down. Let's get our wand back over here. And now if you notice, we got another aspect. Precantio, which is sorcery. And this stuff does have aspect, by the way. It's 8. So, each of these is 8 of whatever it's tied to. Alright, so just one more. So why don't we get ourselves 4 more of you? And 4 more of you. Chuck it in. Pull out the last arcane alembic. And now, Precantio, God knows what that stuff is. And all of this stuff gets deposited in here. Sweet. So now we are significantly more efficient when it comes to how we do our Thaumcrafting. Which I really appreciate, to be honest with you, because it means I'm going to have less of these wisps flitting around everywhere after me. Like that guy. So, I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright guys, so I'm making myself another animation core. If you noticed, I have some left over, but not enough. Well, that's different. But not really enough to actually pick up in my alembic, right? Or in one of these glass files. So what I'm actually doing is I'm creating a second piece of nitor. Sometimes you'll find that you can just double a recipe or triple it It'll absorb eventually. There we go. And then once you do, or quadruple in this case. I don't know where the Lux is winding up. We'll deal with that later. Alright. Let's just get that. And 8 Imperatione Modus. That's easy enough. I can get that from this. With no waste. Actually, I am going to need a second golem, so let me get some bricks out. Throw the Nitor on. Excuse me, guys. Let's do that. Oops, not quite 5. And the server's chirping. He's wasting that much power? Jeez. Okay, so let's put that there. Let's get our magic tallow. I need 8 Victus, 8 Animus. Oh boy. So before I do this, I'm going to right-click these. Just to vent them into the atmosphere. Yeah, it's not a fantastic idea, but sometimes you have to, just to get things worked out properly. So let's get some soul sand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's throw that soul. Oh, no. Okay. And now we need Animus. Do we have any apples? Yeah. If he has that much power. Okay. And let's pull out our tallow golem worker. But we're not quite done yet, are we? Not quite yet. So what this tallow golem worker is going to do is I'm going to attach him to this. Right? And then he says, if you give me a bucket, master, I shall keep the crucible filled with water. Up to 20 MJT in this pack. There we go. Let's get a bucket. Let's fill one bucket with water. Let's talk to this guy and let's give him a bucket. Now notice he hasn't gotten anything from the bucket yet. That's because he needs to be marked. This area needs to be hit with a marker. How do I make a marker block? I think I do it through NEI. Yep, just white and some wool. Wool in inventory? No. So let's get you. Let's get rid of that. Wool and spruce wood. Just like that. Doesn't take any magic. Put it down right there. And now he's going to go get his water from there and refill the crucible with it. Now if I take my glass vials, I should be able to drain some of this stuff out. There we go. Lots of drives. resetting? When? Okay. Sorry, I'm now talking to people. Durr. Okay. So that's all set, and I'll be back in a minute now that we have an auto-refilling crucible. Alright, so why am I making worded jars? Well, simply because they can be very, very useful. So worded jars act in a funny way. You can actually store I take this whole mess down. There we go. Alright, there we go. Sorry, I was having a discussion with the server admin in the background. My apologies. So what we can do is we can put down one of these. And put some worded jars in front of it. And then what we can do is we can take, say, our modus, which I know we'll need in the future, and empty it into these worded jars. I know we'll need Precantio eventually. Now, unfortunately, it does use up the files. So let's say some metallum. Oh, wow, we filled that one up completely. So what we can do is we can actually store our essences and basically use the metallum, the glass files, to transport them. I get some more of these. And some more of these. And don't worry, there is a way to automate this that we'll be working on shortly. But for now, I need to get some cotton. And I need to get some planks. Just like so. And some wool. There we go. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a line. Just like that, all right? And then we're going to take one more white marker to go right there. And then we are going to take our arcane wood blocks and set them up with our warded jars. Alright, now we're going to need some tallow. Right, how do I make tallow? What is it, 3? I think so. Yeah, okay. So let's go 1, 2, 3. No, it's 4, because 3 is what I get. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, but let's drain these first. Okay. There we go. No, not on the ground. There we go. And as you can see, our trusty little golem over there is doing his absolute best to make sure that we maintain a good supply of everything we need. I did not want to do it that way. That's fine, though. No, 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 no. Okay. All right. And then we can get one more U. Metallum. I think that goes there. I don't know. I can't actually see the Essentia. Nope. And nope. Okay, how much tallow do I have? All right, so let's make one more set. And woof. Let's empty you, and you, and you. Okay. All right, so now that we have that, all we need to do is take our tallow and that. Oops, right, that's in a infusion crafting. Infusion altar. 8 and 8, okay. 8 animus, so let's get some. Yeah, do I have any apples laying around? There we go. So let's chuck this in. And give it a wand. Yoink. Okay, so now what we're going to tell him is we're actually going to attach him to the side of the alembic. And what he's going to say is, I shall gather the essences for you. I only need need files or a place to get them. So let's set him to white. And let's actually get our steel axe out. And the thing is, they will only obey markers that make sense to them. So for example, I can attach and then I could put some files in here. He's now going to run over here, get the files, and start emptying these alembics out and placing them in the jars where they need to go, which I think is quite awesome. Now hopefully I can get some goggles of revealing on my head soon, because this is getting kind of annoying not having them. But I think I'm doing somewhat okay without them. Let me just tell this thing to make some more glass, if it would be so kind. Start making glass for me, please. Okay, so now let's get some glass panes. Do I have any arcane blocks running around? Arcane wood blocks. That's 1, 2. Let's say that. And we're just going to keep making these panes and containers and all sorts of good thaumic stuff. And that should get us quite a few of them, actually. And so, yeah, I'm just going to keep expanding this out as time goes on. And the nice thing is, these will actually draw from here. If I want to do infusion crafting, I have to do it a different way. But let me show you something. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually just going to... You can force dump stuff. Either by it not having a recipe, or taking your wand and shift right clicking. You can see he's running about and doing his thing. So I am just going to make sure that I have enough awesome. There we go. And I'm just going to start dumping these out just so that I can have some sane method of storing this stuff. And come on, heat up, heat up, heat up, heat up, heat up. And there we go. We've basically automated our infusion crafting system and made our golems and our environment happy. Now, hopefully I shouldn't have to worry too much about anything else going on around here. But anyways, so I think we're about out of time, to be honest with you guys. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. This has been awesome as always. I really actually super appreciate you guys watching. Oh, I forgot about this. Okay, fine. I really appreciate you guys watching. And I enjoy recording myself. I'm going to find out what's going on with that server reset. Hopefully nothing too major, so I don't have to start all over again. All over again. Oh, gosh. So that's going to be an interesting day. But I'd like to thank you all for watching. This has been Mr. Kasarian. As always, it was a pleasure. Happy mining, guys.